3rd February 2022. Morning Murli. Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, constantly maintain the spiritual intoxication that the Father has come to take you back home. Everyone now has to return home. Question: what is the great act of charity that you children perform at this time? Answer: to surrender everything you have to Shivbaba is a great act of charity. By surrendering everything and following Srimad fully, you receive a very high status. Question: what one new thing sits with great difficulty in the intellects of human beings? Answer: that incorporeal Shivbaba has entered the body of Brahma. He is the greatest personality of all, and that his path is the highest on high. This new thing sits in the intellects of the people with great difficulty. Song: who has come here in the early hours of the morning? Shanti. Shivbaba sits here and explains to his children. You children have understood that Shivbaba is incorporeal and that we souls are also incorporeal. He sits here and explains to you. Only the one Father has this method. The Father sits here and explains who God speaks to. He speaks to his children, to souls. You souls know this, and the Father also knows this. A soul cannot hear anything without a body. Only through a body can a soul hear. This is the only spiritual gathering in which the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, sits and explains. He now has to take all souls back with him, because the cycle of the drama is coming to an end. This all refers to the people of Bharat. Baba comes in Bharat and tells the people of Bharat, children, you have played the maximum parts. You were deities in the golden age and have now become Shudras. I now teach you once again and make you into deities. How could he teach others? The Gita also belongs to Bharat. Each religion has its own scripture. All the founders of religions who came are human beings. They have their own bodies. That one is the incorporeal Father of all souls, and he is knowledgeful. He knows the beginning, the middle, and the end of the drama. The Father only has to teach you children, because you are the ones who are going to become rulers of the globe once again. Not everyone will change from a human into deity. The sampling of those who belong to the first deity religion will once again be planted. When the establishment of the deity religion has been completed, all the other sects and cults will be destroyed. The Father will take all souls back home with him. The Father comes into the impure world to take everyone back. You children know that you are now studying the easy Raj Yoga you studied in the previous cycle. When destruction comes close, everyone's eyes will open. Now only you have the faith that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul enters this body. It is remembered that the guide and the liberator will come and liberate everyone from sorrow and take them back. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul has entered this Brahma. So, he is such a great personality. You children have to maintain a great deal of spiritual intoxication that the Father has come to take you back. He says, remember me. Hardly anyone looks at him with regard. God is praised so much. He alone is the almighty authority. There isn't as much praise of anyone else. You children have to give so much regard. When you sit here in the gathering, you have very good remembrance. But then, when you go here and there, it is difficult for you to have remembrance. Repeatedly consider yourselves to be souls, for only then will you be able to remember the Father. You have to conduct yourselves with great regard for such a Father. However, because Baba is ordinary, there isn't regard. You understand, Baba is the death of all deaths. That Shivbaba, whom you call BapDada, will take everyone back with him. Baba has received the greatest part of all which the whole world remembers. No one else can tell you what a soul is. It is said that each soul is a lingam. A shivlingam, its worship. We also write Jyotirlingam, means oval shape of light. But he is not so big. He is like a star. He has a whole part recorded in him. This doesn't enter anyone's intellect. When they hear each soul is a star and that the Supreme Soul is also a star, they will be amazed at how powerful that one is, how he enters this one who takes the full 84 births. He sits in him and gives you all the knowledge of how you are souls. Your 84 births are now complete. Now remember me, and your sins will be absolved. You children now are aware of how your souls are tiny points. You have your parts of 84 births recorded in you, and they have to repeat it accurately at their own time. However, just as a king and queen in a drama receive elevated parts, shivbaba has the most elevated part of all. This too is predestined in the drama and it continues to repeat. Your children also know that the highest on high Father has received the highest on high part. You have the whole unlimited drama in your intellects, and how Baba, the Supreme Soul, enters an ordinary body. In the scriptures, they have shown the chariot of Arjuna to be a horse drawn chariot. The meaning of chariot is so vast. Thus is his chariot. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, himself says, I enter this one and explain everything to you. Thus, things of knowledge are not in any of the scriptures. Shivbaba has entered the body of Brahma because this is something completely new. It doesn't sit in anyone's intellect. The Father says, children, now become soul conscious. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is now teaching you. You have to remember him. He is sitting in this body. You used to call this one Dada. Here Bab and Dada are combined. You call them BapDada. First is Bab and then Dada. Then this one is also your mother. He explains these deep things to you. This one is the Brahmaputra river. He is not the ocean. This one is said to be the biggest river of all. Then there is the river Saraswati. You are the Ganges of knowledge who have emerged from the ocean of knowledge. They have then created that picture. How could they know where the Brahmaputra emerged from? Then there is also the name Sindha Saraswati. There is a little bit mention in the scriptures. It is souls who became pure and souls who became impure. This is not said of bodies, it is said of souls. At this time, everyone is once again pure. No one's body is pure. All are sinful souls. You became the most charitable souls. You surrendered everything to Shivbaba. There are many who have surrendered each and everything of theirs, surrendered greed, renounced such and such a thing. When you belong to Baba here, you surrender everything to Baba. Baba then gives you the return, to the extent that someone followed Srimad and surrenders. So the status he receives is according to that. The main thing is to remember Shivbaba. Shivbaba comes here to teach you. He would not sit in this one the whole day. It is a matter of a second. As soon as you remember him, he comes. You probably think that Shivbaba always remains here. However, this one himself forgets Baba. At this time, the Father himself says, I have come to take everyone back. Reason also says that destruction definitely has to take place. There are now many human beings. A lot of preparation for destruction is taking place. Only you know this. Although everyone else also speaks of destruction, they don't know what will happen after that. Among you, you also know number-wise that Baba has come and that the kingdom is being established. We are also Baba's helpers in doing service. He is changing thorns into flowers. People on the path of devotion don't know the Father at all. If they could find the path to God by studying the scriptures like they say, they would have reached there. However, the father says no one has gone back to the supreme abode. Some think that the world will be created anew once again. There are many opinions in the world. The father says all of those are false. Only the one father speaks the truth. It is said, Sat means the truth. Shri means the elevated one. Akal Murt means the immortal image. All souls are immortal images. Sat Shri Akal is only the one. All the rest are untrue, which means false. The truth is said about things of knowledge. All the knowledge they give about God is false. Only God comes and gives godly knowledge. Your children have to remember that this drama is coming to an end and we have to return home. When it is the end of a drama, all the actors understand that the play has ended and that they will all go back home. We too are all actors, and so we should have the knowledge that only a short time now remains. Baba has come and he will definitely take all of us souls back with him. However, he doesn't tell us when he will take us back because this is a drama. Everything will continue to happen suddenly. As much as possible, give this explanation to others. They don't understand that this is right. However, those who say it definitely do understand it, for this is why they say it. Your children have to explain. You have been claiming your inheritance from limited fathers for birth after birth. Now take your inheritance from the unlimited father. The arrow will strike those who took this knowledge in the previous cycle. Your children repeatedly have to remember that you now have to return home to the land of peace. Government servants do service for 8 hours. You also have to increase your pilgrimage of remembrance for up to 8 hours. At the end, only when you remain on the service for 8 hours will you claim your full inheritance. Not everyone will be able to do this, although some make intense effort. They then become tired. The destination is very high. Your children know that the Father has to take all souls back home. Sometimes, even this Brahma is concerned that he now has to take everyone back with him. He continues to be filled with Baba's sanskars. He too is an effort maker. The play is now coming to an end. Everyone has to return home. If someone remembers even this, it too is being Manmanabhav. Your children are now personally sitting here. By your listening to Baba personally, it becomes imprinted on you. Repeatedly continue to remember that you now have to return home. Your fear of death has now been removed. Don't be afraid of death. Become soul conscious. Those who are soul conscious are able to do very good service. Knowledgeable souls are needed. At exhibitions, you don't need the service of those who go into trance, but those who are knowledgeable. Knowledgeable souls are loved very much. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, become a helper in the Father's service of creating the new kingdom. Do the service of changing thrones into flowers. Second point, practice staying in remembrance for a minimum of 8 hours. Don't be afraid of death because your intellect is aware that you now have to return home. Blessing. May you finish all ordinariness and become supreme and elevated by considering yourselves to be a special actor. Explanation. Just as the Father is the supreme soul, in the same way, the children who play special parts are also supreme, that is elevated in every aspect. While walking and moving around, eating and drinking, simply consider yourselves to be a special actor. and play your part on the stage of the drama. You have to pay attention to your actions, that is, to your part at every moment. Special actors can never be careless. If a hero actor performs an ordinary act, everyone would laugh at him. Therefore, let your every step, every thought, and every moment be special, not ordinary. Slogan: make your attitude powerful and service will automatically expand. Om Shanti. Invaluable virgins of Mateshwariji. Let there be constant, that is, continuous remembrance. Look, God's instruction is constantly remember me. So you have to understand the significance of the word constant. Constant means nirantar, that without a difference, refers to that which has no change. When there is constant yoga in which there is no breakage, it is called unbroken yoga. God promises, if you remember me constantly, I will burn away all the past sins you have committed. So, this is the fire of knowledge in which your sins are burnt away. The Father is also Dharamraj, and since he can absolve us of our sins with punishment, Baba must also have a method of doing it with love. So, those who have become his children in the practical way are given this order: O children, be Manmanabhav. Constantly remember me alone, and you will become conquerors of sin. You will be saved from being punished by Dharamraj. God has to have two methods to destroy your sins. One is the method of purifying you with punishment, and the other is that you are made pure by having yoga, in which your sins are destroyed and you receive the status of liberation in life. In order for you to become free from the coming and going of sorrow, there is no other way except having remembrance of God. Acha. Om Shanti.